Good morning, everybody. This is Van Hargis of Van Hargis Horsemanship, and welcome to the Ranch Road. We're going to get cranked up here and get headed over to the ranch, and we're going to talk about today kind of another quote. Of course, anybody that knows me knows that I like to share quotes with folks, and what I've learned over the years is that when you can learn a quote and or an analogy, that helps you kind of learn lessons. It kind of helps those things stick together a little bit. So as we're headed to the ranch today, I thought I'd share with you another quote that I kind of like a lot that kind of goes like this. When you can no longer change the situation, you're forced to change yourself. Man, I love that when it comes to horse training. I mean, I love it when it comes to our personal lives too, but I especially love it when it comes to the horse training because I run across that a lot, is doing what I do for a living. In other words, those of you who know I'm a horse trainer, but I've really spent the majority of my career now, over the last 20 plus years, traveling the country doing clinics and seminars. I say country, goodness gracious, we've been to a few other countries as well. We travel abroad doing clinics and seminars, speaking engagements, and that sort of thing, and it's almost always related to the horses and the horsemanship. And thank you for everybody for giving me that opportunity to do so. But in doing so, we run across so many really common problems. It's amazing how many situations we run into that are extremely common globally. I mean, everybody's kind of experiencing the same things. And the coolest thing for me is to realize, or is to help people realize, that the horses have no problems. That almost everything that comes about with our horses is usually a man-made cause, especially when it's behavioral. And once we make that realization that when we can no longer control the situation around us, then it forces us to control ourselves and to look at ourselves and to make those adjustments ourselves. That is so incredibly true. And I can't emphasize to you enough how important it is for us to make that realization and then make those personal changes within ourselves, whatever those changes may be. Sometimes it's changes in being a better leader. Sometimes it's changes in learning to be more assertive. Sometimes it's a change in being maybe less assertive and being, sometimes in horses' cases, being a little bit more of a passive leader. So in other words, once we begin to realize what our own personal strengths and weaknesses are, and we begin to work on and tweak those weaknesses within ourselves, it's amazing how our environment changes. So oftentimes, go back to that thought again. When you can't change the things around you, maybe you can change the things within you. And that is so true. And I reflect on that a lot. Almost every time I'm working with a horse, I'm thinking about, what about me needs to change? What sort of inventory do I need to take of myself that needs to change for me to achieve what I think I want with this horse, but also to help this horse's learning experience get to be easier, you see. So just kind of give that some thought. We're here at the gate already at the ranch, and again, I just want to appreciate you guys, or tell you guys how much I appreciate you for joining us on the ranch road each and every day. I can't begin to tell you how much I am blown away by the responses and the comments we get, and because of that, it inspires us to keep bringing these things to you, and so as long as you're liking them, we're going to keep bringing them to you. Thanks again for joining us on the ranch road, and until next time, this is Van Hargis with Van Hargis Horsemanship.